Hey there, it's Katrina Padron with North Star HQ. I'm super excited to continue our summer Standing Out Live series. We've been doing Standing Out podcasts for about 2 years now, and Luz Gonzalez, the founder of Konviv, was one of our guests on there, and I thought we would have her back for this live version to talk about growth and growth strategies and essentially going for growth in business. So Luz, nice to have you here. Thank you.
Great to be back. Great to be back, everyone. Hopefully you guys
So
are.
what Yeah, what's happened in the past? So your podcast, we talked, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago or so. So what's happened with Conviv in the last 3 months?
Yeah, a lot. So let's see. When you're working with a startup, there's always feels like there's always so much happening.
Right.
We have, something. Speaking about growth, I think something that, especially if you're a startup owner, it's just part of your DNA and something that you have to do. It's being scrappy and being resourceful. And so one way that we've been very resourceful is through our internship. And so for the summer, we have our summer interns coming. Some people, like we had a couple of people fly, one from New York, one from Dallas. To
Oh, that's awesome.
know, it's been really phenomenal, and it's been, I remember our first intern. She found us, and this was before we even had any office space or anything. And she goes, "Hey, I'd like to be your intern." And then I went to my co-founder, and I was like, "No, she doesn't."
No.
And
That's funny.
emailed her back, and I was like, "Hey, I thank you. Like, I'm really glad you reached out to us, but we don't even like. I don't have like snacks for you. You would be
Yeah.
room. I have really interesting work to offer you, and we have an amazing mission, right? We're doing good work, and we're doing
Yeah.
good work. And she was like, I don't care. I want to work with you guys. I
Oh
will
my gosh.
And so she really started our internship program. And ever since then, it's just grown. So I remember maybe last fall, we had something like 18 interns.
Wow.
Oh, I know. Like our
That's
intern,
a ton.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Wow.
summer, we've had maybe a lot around anywhere from 10 to 15 people. And it's pretty incredible to see our teams forming, right? We have
Yeah.
machine learning team, we have the chatbot team. So the chatbot, answering your question, so
Yeah.
we're developing a chatbot that's going to be connected to the app. So
Oh, that's cool.
before they connect to the application, they don't even have to download anything. They can just
Mm,
connect to the back end of the application through the chatbot that we're building. So that's exciting. Building the NLP, so the natural language processing, for it to really feel very conversational and friendly.
yeah.
So that's in the works. In the works as well is the developing of our own proprietary machine learning, which is just crazy to think about.
So
You know,
much. Yeah.
yeah, at some point, and now we're like, holy smokes, it's getting built, and like we're building proprietary AI.
Like
Yeah,
machines are learning. It's so
yeah,
exciting.
pretty exciting.
So your internship program, that is incredible. And
Yeah,
what an amazing experience for these interns to get to go through. Like I wish I had an internship like that. That's awesome.
yeah.
How are you finding them? Are you getting them through universities where they get school credit, or what's the approach?
Yeah, so I think that's a really good question, and one that I feel very proud for the answer. Uh,
Yeah.
we They're mostly finding us, and so there's different. And for the entrepreneurs who are, especially tech entrepreneurs listening, you've probably heard about AngelList, and so a bunch of our interns have found us through AngelList. We'll post there that we're looking for specific interns. We're looking for this type of internship. But, at
Mm,
least especially like for my teams, I have our interns go through a pretty intense application process.
yeah.
So, which is based off of our values. I wrote a piece about our values being our lighthouse for Conviv, and everything we do at Conviv is very much predicated on the values that we took really a long time to create and to think,
Yeah.
and that inform everything we do. It informs what people get selected into our leadership team, but also even our interns. It speaks to our when we check to see how people are progressing, how they're doing, performance reviews are based off of values. And so people are finding us. They are seeing that we're not just a tech company, but we're seeing a tech company that's doing something that actually matters, right? Using artificial intelligence for good, using artificial intelligence to solve the problems of real people walking down the street and like making meaningful impact. And so I think so many people are hungry for doing some work that matters.
Right.
Just doing like working on another game, working
right.
I'm not
The impact. Yeah.
Something that matters. And with us, they not only get to work on really sexy intellectual problems, but they also get to work on something that's actually meaningful and will have a tremendous impact on the lives of our users. And I think it's super exciting. So they find us, they go through our application process. We have them do work, not work, but like assignments. That show us the quality of the just like the work product that they're going to be creating for that specific role before we even talk to them, right? And I've seen that they've jumped through those hoops because in a startup you have to be self-directed. What I tell my interns that I work with is, if you're looking for a manager-managee relationship where I'm going to tell you exactly what to do and exactly how to do it, and you're going to be micromanaged, this is not the
not a fit.
But what I can promise you is, if you work with me, if you work with us, you are going to learn how to self-direct yourself. And I think that's one of the most valuable skill sets that you can have, to be able to know, all right, these are the company objectives. These are the company priorities. These are the priorities specifically for my team. How do I take ownership and initiative? And how do I think creatively about how to make it happen? How do I tell myself what my duties should be for us to make sure that my team solves this problem that we have? And so there's a lot of like self-selection, them through like, do you make it past the application, the conversation around values, and then we get some amazing people. But I think having a high bar just generally in life is really important, and we have a high bar from the get-go.
Absolutely. I love that you're using interns for one of your growth strategies, in part because two things. One, I feel like interns often get a bad rap, like they don't bring enough value in such a short period of time. But I think what you have set out is really incredible. And then two, I love that you're using interns because that gives them such a rich experience during their education or their growth. And I'm sure some of them want to stay with you long term. And I think that is so incredible.
The way that we're seeing it is, I'm definitely looking at it as, I already know when we have the sort of funding that we have and the sort of growth where we're like, I need to hire people. We've already worked with so many rounds of intern classes that I have learned what works for me, what doesn't work for me. I already have my eye out for some people that I'm like, you were amazing. You were just like brought your A game. And it's been a really cool way to get to know some people, to create relationships. So when we just like go, we'll be like, all right, calling all hands on deck. Product, show up.
We have had some incredible interns too. We have a relationship with DU, and the professor there, he leads up marketing, but then he also leads up the internship program. And so when we need interns, we just reach out to him. He posts something, and then within hours, we start getting applications of really qualified, wonderful people. And that has been a really fantastic experience. So I'm glad you're seeing that too. Okay, so growth wise, so then, you have the internship thing going, but now you have AI and machine learning. So, oh my gosh, what a big step. First of all, congrats.
We had someone in Colombia looking through the data sets that we have and starting to create the sort of insights and the sort of work that would go beyond the sort of logic that's being built on the back end and really our own ML. And now we have additional people who have ML expertise working with, he's a professor of machine learning in Colombia. And so that's another step. And that's something that I'm very passionate about. We live in a global economy. We live in
Mm-hmm.
a global world. Why are you
Yeah.
going to do it yourself? The other thing that's interesting about our team is we're very remote, right?
Yeah.
Some of our interns, they flew from New York, they flew from Dallas to be here because there's something about being in the Bay Area. There's
Yeah.
just magic in the air, right? Like there's just like this energy where you feel like you're here. And it's also really powerful to work in person with your team. And at the same time, our leadership team, so again, going back to being super picky, high standards in terms, this isn't just a company for us. This isn't just like we're building another app. This is something that really matters. This is something that can really bring a lot of impact to the lives of hundreds of millions of people. And so we've been very, very picky when it comes to who we bring on the team. And two of our leadership people, a guy who has like 18 years experience, and then another guy who has about 7-8 years experience, full stack developer. They're remote, right? So like one lives in Utah, no, not Utah, Colorado. He's in Colorado. And another one currently is in Italy.
Oh, wow.
And, he was in Mexico. And what it allows for is having really good people. Even if it's in Colombia, having them, having in Italy, having them living in Colorado, you bring your team together. But I think the reality of today's world and something that, there's the reality of in person being very powerful. And then there's also the reality of how do you build a company that allows for this remote team to work together and work together very well. Our last all hands meeting that we had, so his name's Paolo, the guy with 18 plus years experience. He goes, damn, that all hands was on fire. And that all hands was on fire. Like
that's awesome.
Updates and so much amazing work's being done. And I think that's what comes when you have very clear objectives, when you have very clear when you know where you're going as a company, why you're going there, and then you give people the self-sufficiency to solve problems on their own. And so we have a machine learning team. We have our guy from, in Colombia and the team coming together, coming up with stuff that like I found to be really important. And now I'm hearing them working on it. And I'm just like, it's happening.
It's happening. Oh, that's so exciting.
It's working on things that, like I just spoke at the AI FinTech Forum and I was telling my team, I was like, one of you guys should come for the technical questions I might get because, I don't know how to answer some of like the clustering AI.
Right.
And, Jack Ma, who is the founder of Alibaba and, now basically a conglomerate of a bunch of companies.
Yeah.
Read his story. He didn't write it. It's not an autobiography, but it's a biography about his life. It's an amazing story, but one thing that's relevant to this point here is he says, yeah, I'm running Alibaba and I don't know many of the things that like, I don't understand many of the inner workings of what's happening, but he's built this multi-billion global empire. Again, it comes back to really foundational aspects of running a company, having clarity as to where you're going, how you're doing it, who's going to join you on that journey, and then the reasons that you're all together.
So smart. And I know just from my personal business experience, the more detailed you get, like when you're listing out what those values are, what things look like, I tell you what, they manifest. Like those things start happening and then you look back and, at your list, it's like, oh yeah, all of, the people I work with are the people that I was trying to attract. And I think that's so smart and awesome. Good. Well, it was so awesome catching up with you, Luz. I really appreciate it. And that was great insight. And congrats on speaking at that event. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have more events on your radar?
For right now, no. We're really heads down just building.
Yeah.
So that's the focus. Right now we're just heads down. We want to get the product very, very soon in the hands of people. So if you want a money coach that is powered through artificial intelligence, go to konviv.com. Sign up so you can get early access. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be the best product that's going to be in the marketplace to help the everyday person, real people with real money problems, finally take control of their financial lives. So if you guys, that's interesting to you, please go to konviv.com and sign up for early access.
I know I'm signed up, and I sent the link out via Slack to our entire team, and some of our team was like, "Oh my God, this is so awesome. It's what I've always wanted."
Yeah.
I can't wait. So early access coming soon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.